Okay. So, good afternoon, everybody. This is our language arts lesson for the day. I'm gonna.
And then I'll let you know how that breaks down, and you can determine if you want to do the parts yourself.
I'm muting some friends to make sure that we're not hearing noise in the background. Okay, sorry about that. So, this is our language arts lesson for the day. We're going to review the instructions again to make sure we don't miss anything. It says, arrange the labels on the plot of the diagram with a brief sentence about what happens at each part. So you already had this diagram. We're rearranging it again to make sure that they're all in the right spot. And we're adding a sentence to explain what happens in each part. And then we're going to listen to the read aloud Creepy Carrots by Aaron Reynolds, and you're going to fill in the diagram. We're going to do all of this together if you're paying attention. If you're not paying attention, it's going to be harder. All right? So what happens in the beginning? Somebody unmute yourself and tell me which one of these am I going to put in the beginning? Call out. Somebody tell me. Which one of these am I going to put in the beginning? Rising action, conflict, falling action, climax.
Exposition / beginning.
What? Dawson, you're so smart. You think I'm going to put the beginning one in the beginning?
All right, I'll be back.
You're a genius. I'm totally putting the beginning one in the beginning. Good job. What is a sentence we're going to write to tell us what's happening here? What happens in the beginning of the story?
What story is that again?
Oh, we don't need to know the actual story yet. So what do we put, like, what is the beginning of the story? It's what?
Shut up!
When...
Come here, guys. Come on.
All right, I muted somebody. It's okay. Sorry, Dawson. I'll unmute you in a minute, all right? In the beginning, we're going to write about what's the starting space. So we're going to write who the character is. Oops. Might help if I'm writing. Who the character is and what's initially going on. Initially happening. Oops. Might help if I spell things right. Happening. So that's what happens in the beginning, right? Then what goes next? Rising action, climax, conflict, falling action, or the resolution?
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, honey. My puppy just does that too.
My Nana upstairs has COVID and her nurse is here.
Oh no, I'm sorry that your
All the dogs were barking.
Yeah, they were barking.
Just
Tell me what comes next here.
rising action.
Not yet. Rising action, I'll put it where it goes. It goes right here. Going up the path. The conflict. Great job. The conflict has to come next because the conflict is what makes the story go from like, these are the people in the story to, uh-oh, something's going to happen. So the conflict is the problem.
And then the tippy top, it's a climax.
You're too fast for me. Totally right, but you're too fast.
And then falling down is the falling action. And then at the end, it's the resolution.
Okay. What is the rising action? You can tell me a sentence about the rising action. Go ahead, Zahana.
That was an accident to raise my hand.
Okay. What's happening in the rising action? Who can tell me? Besides Dawson. You're on lockdown, dude. You're too smart. Go ahead. Unmute yourself and talk. The rising action, what's happening?
I was gonna say it's getting more intense.
Yeah, it's getting more intense. The suspense is building. And oh my goodness, what is happening? Everything's building up and building up and building up. And when everything is about to explode and the whole world goes, oh my gosh, what's that? We have climax, falling action, or resolution. Go ahead, Zahana. You guys don't have to raise your hands right now. Just answer. Except for you, Dawson.
Climax.
Yeah, climax is, oh my goodness, this is like the biggest, mind-blowingest thing. I can't believe this just happened. All right. For there, we're just going to put mind-blowing. All right. The climax is like the biggest, most OMG, mind-blowing part of the story. You're like, I can't believe I'm reading this right now. All right. Then what comes next?
Falling action.
There we go. Now we're getting some participation. What happens in the falling action? How can we like describe this? How are we describing the falling action? In the falling action, the details are beginning to make a solution. Things are still happening. They're not building suspense anymore, but they're giving you like some sort of closure. Like you're starting to learn and understand like, oh, okay, like this, we were like building, getting so tense and like, oh my goodness, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. And then it starts coming back down and you're like, all right, okay, this makes sense. It's where you tie up those loose ends and start making things stick to your brain. And I hope you guys all know what's the last part. Really? No voices? Nobody knows what's this last part?
And resolution.
Revolution.
Resolution, yes. The resolution, how it's all solved.
DJ.
Okay. So that's what you would be putting under there.
Miss Farmer.
Yes, honey.
I can have that thing. I have that thing on where I see 4 people's things, and I accidentally clicked on someone, so now I can't see your screen.
You can like click off of them, or you can move until you find me, and then click on me again, and it'll come back up. Oh wait, like
I have it on you, and it's not coming back up.
oh, so you want me to stop sharing so I can reshare so you can see the screen? That's what.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I was a little confused there for a moment. There you go. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
We're all back. Good. Okay. This is the plot of any story. This is how every and any story you will ever read goes. Okay. You have a beginning. It doesn't matter how big, how small, how tiny the book is. There's going to be some sort of conflict. You're going to get the rising action. You're going to hit the climax and be like, oh my gosh! And then you're going to fall and like tie up the loose ends and understand things. And then it's going to get resolved. The only time, and the only time, are you guys paying attention? Only time that a book does not have a resolution, it does not have an ending, is if it's part of a series. If it continues on. And normally there's at least part of it resolved.
If it's a part of the series, it still has an end.
Right, there's still an ending and there's normally like part of it resolved, but you still might be like, but that other thing wasn't fixed yet. Like they didn't finish it. That's okay, that will happen, okay? So like stories like Magic Tree House, most of those are independent and they end at the end of the book. But stories like Harry Potter, they don't always end at the end of the book. Like there's still more things that you're like, oh my goodness, we didn't solve all of these problems yet. There's still more conflicts happening. We haven't even hit the climax of this part of it. Like that, when you get into bigger and more complex books, there can be multiple plots happening at one time. So today we're focused on small stories, short stories that will follow this one time and be over. So right now, we're gonna listen to Creepy Carrot.
What are you doing on my tail?
And then we're going to be putting that into the plot action, okay? We're listening to Creepy Carrots and we're gonna be putting it into here. I am telling you right now, tomorrow's assignment is exactly the same, but with a different book. I'm not walking you through tomorrow's, okay? I'm going to attach this lesson to tomorrow's in case you forget about it, but it's the exact same, all right? So let's read this. And while it's playing, Miss Farmer's going to take notes about what scenarios are happening. I hope you guys are too. Ready? Sorry. There you go.
Hey everybody, this is Aaron Reynolds and welcome to the Simon Kids YouTube channel. It's the YouTube channel of the Simon & Schuster book for young readers. I'm Aaron Reynolds. I'm the author of lots of good books that you hopefully you know, books like
Swagging.
I'm here today to read Creepy Carrots to you. So let's not waste another second. Let's get
Miss Farmer.
Carrots.
Yes.
Creepy
It's
Carrots.
swagging.
Written by
Yeah, it might, honey. Just listen to the details, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Aaron Reynolds. What? Hey, that's me. Okay. Illustrated by Peter Brown. That's not me. No. Very cool artist, Peter Brown. Here we go. Creepy Carrots. Jasper Rabbit had a passion for carrots, and the carrots that grew in Crackenhopper Field were the best. Fat, crisp, and free for the taking. He pulled some for a morning snack on the way to school. He yanked out a few on his way to Little League practice. He ripped them from the ground on his way home at night. Jasper couldn't get enough carrots until they started following him. He first noticed something strange after the big game against the East Valley Hares. Jasper was about to help himself to a victory snack when he heard it. The soft, sinister tunk, tunk, tunk of carrots creeping. He turned, but there was nothing there. Just my imagination, he thought. But he hopped a little faster. That night, while he was brushing his teeth, there they were! He whipped around, but nothing. He laughed at himself, picked his toothbrush off the floor, and went to bed quickly. The next morning, he approached Crackenhopper Field. Slowly. He reached for 2 wild carrots. Nothing happened. He bit into one. Nothing happened. Creepy carrots. It was ridiculous. But when he arrived home that evening, Mom! Creepy carrots in the shed! His mom opened the door. Slowly. There weren't any carrots. Not even the regular kind. There are no such things as creepy carrots, Mom said, shaking her head. Later that night, as Jasper lay in bed, he heard it. Breathing. Careful, carroty breathing. And there, on his wall, creepy carrots! He shouted, Dad! Dad! His dad thumped into the bedroom and threw on the light. They searched under the bed. No creepy carrots. They looked through the closet. No creepy carrots. They opened the dresser drawers. No creepy carrots. It's just a bad dream, son, his dad said, shaking his head. Now, go to sleep. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. By the end of the week, Jasper was seeing creepy carrots creeping everywhere. Jasper knew his parents were wrong. Creepy carrots were real. And they were coming for him. But they couldn't get him if they couldn't get out. Jasper hatched a plan. First thing on Saturday, he grabbed supplies and headed to Krakenhopper Field.
How many fish are in this
And as the sun finally set across Krakenhopper Field, Jasper Rabbit smiled. On his way home, there was no tunk. There were no carrot-shaped shadows. His plan had worked. No creepy carrots would ever get out of that carrot patch again. And as the sun finally set, the carrots of Krakenhopper Field. Cheers! Their creepy plan had worked. They were sure of it. Jasper Rabbit would never get into that carrot patch ever again. The end. Hey, I hope you enjoyed Creepy Carrots. If you want a copy of your own, be sure to pick it up at your local bookstore or your favorite online place to pick up books. And be sure to come back to Simon Kids' YouTube channel soon for other great read alouds.
All right. So, there was a lot of details. How many details did you guys get? Show me on your hands. How many details did you find? Okay. Some of you got more than others. Some of you got less. That's okay. Miss Farmer filled up almost the whole page.
How many details?
A lot of things happened in there. So I took a lot of notes because there's no way. My girls, I'm going to mute you until you're talking to me because I keep hearing other teachers in the background, okay? And I'm recording this for future students who also need to know. So unless you're ready to talk, I'm going to keep you on mute. All right, girls? We can't fill this out if we don't know all the details of the story. If you need, you can rewatch the story multiple times. But right now, we're going to start filling it out. And I want to know what happened in the beginning. Go ahead. You can unmute yourselves to talk.
The creepy carrots were creeping up behind him at the beginning of the story.
Not yet. So remember, at the very beginning, we want to know who the characters are, what's going on. So Zahana, Zayana, you guys got something for me?
Well, in the beginning, he was in the grass eating carrots.
Too far. Back even further. Who was he?
A bunny.
The rabbit.
The rabbit.
Henry Rabbit. Jasper Rabbit ate carrots on the ground that were in the ground. And every time he went to school, he picked them.
No, that's not yet.
Yeah, you're right. Not yet, because that was a lot of details you gave me. So we just want to know kind of the who and where. So we got Jasper Rabbit, 8 carrots, Krakenhopper. Okay. Now, when did he eat carrots? Go ahead, tell me. Give me some of them.
So what happened next was he was eating carrots every single day when he was going to school, when he was going to that little thing. Yeah, like sport thing.
So
He had them anywhere he went.
every
day he found.
and every day, right? Those are like really important details. So we're going to put those in there. He ate carrots every day and everywhere he went. And I'm going to put carrots in there because I don't want us to think he just eats. Okay. And then what else happened?
The carrots got mad.
Yeah.
And eating the carrots. So they made a plan to follow him.
How about you inferred that? You thought about that and you made that an idea in your brain, and you're totally right about it. But explain it yourself. I hear siblings. So you inferred that the carrots got upset about it and they made a plan. I think you're totally right. They totally got upset. They totally made a plan. But at this point, we don't know that yet. Okay? So right now, we know the carrots started creeping.
I'm so hungry. I'm gonna eat after this.
Oh, yeah. So the carrots started creeping. And give me a few places they showed up. Go ahead.
At his house.
You know what? You're right. Bring me the fucking tablet.
In his bathroom.
In his bathroom.
In his bedroom.
Okay, in his bathroom, in his bedroom. I'm gonna stop there. Did they totally creep in more places?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also creeped on him. I don't know where it was, but when he was out in the grass.
Yeah, they were creeping on him like everywhere. But we put 2 places, and I think that's enough because did we fill up the rising actions? Yeah. All the rising
He was also in the shed.
And the shed.
They were also
So like
in
if
the
you
shed.
wanted to put in the house and outside, like instead of these in the bedroom and the bathroom, like that's fine. You guys,
That'd be smart.
these don't have to be exactly the same. But we do want to make sure that we have like that they started creeping and they were creeping a lot. Then what was the turning point? What was like the most OMG part?
They broke through the gate when the rabbit made it.
No, they didn't.
Another one when he ate a carrot and nothing else happened.
What?
When
Oh my gosh, I know.
part when he ate a
His parents
carrot.
never believed him every time
When
he
he
said
was in the field and he ate a carrot, none of the carrots came out.
Yeah, when he was like eating a carrot and nobody was there. That would be a really good thing to put like in here. Like carrots started creeping, then he ate one. So I think the turning point was when he was too scared
well,
to
his
sleep.
parents didn't believe him.
Diana, can you
Didn't
be
believe him.
quiet?
That's a good one too. So like we can put that both in the same thing. We can put like parents didn't believe him and now he's too scared to sleep because that's like the whole like his mind, maybe your mind wasn't super blown at that one. And honestly, mine wasn't that blown either. But like his mind was like, oh my goodness. So we're gonna use that as our climax, okay? His parents, oopsies, didn't believe him. And he was too scared to sleep. It's important to note that he finally was like too scared because that's when things started changing. What did he do then? Go ahead, Zahana.
He had an idea to make a gate with water and stuff in it. He had an idea.
So we, like, you're right. He had an idea. He made the gate with the water and the whole like moat thing going on. But since it like needs like 3 reasons, and I don't really know if there's a whole 3 reasons or 3 actions that happened in the falling action, we put like he had an idea as just one. And then another idea was, so he had an idea, and then what's the next action? He did what?
He wants to go do it.
Okay.
He wants to go make the thing.
Yeah, making, what was it called?
Making the
Gate.
like a big gate with water. Like he dug a hole around it, then added.
Yeah, he added the water around it, right? So you can, so we'll say like he began making the gate, he added water around it.
Oh, you guys
like an island. Oops, Miss Farmer just Very good. And then what's the end? What happens in the end? This is kind of like twofold, like kind of 2 things happen at the end. Go ahead, Zahana or Arabella. I don't know who's ready. Go ahead.
Me.
Oh, Dawson, go ahead.
So he gets too scared to eat any more carrots, and the carrots get happy because they're not gonna get eaten anymore.
Yeah. I know you can't see the bottom of that. I'll pull it back up. I said Jasper no longer scared, and carrots are happy because they are safe. They're safe. They're not going to get eaten by Jasper all day, every day, everywhere he goes anymore, right? They're so happy. They're like, we worked. We're not going to get eaten anymore. They're having a party now, right? Like, it's crazy because the whole story started off talking to us about Jasper and how much he loved carrots. But really, this story was about the carrots and how they saved themselves. Isn't that crazy? So I'm going to turn this in, but you might want to take a quick screenshot first so that you know what you're doing when you go back to do this activity yourself. And then remember tomorrow's lesson. I'm not going to meet with you guys tomorrow at 1. It's probably only going to get posted at 1, but I won't have to meet with you because it's the same thing, but with a different story. Okay? Does anybody have any questions about like how we did this or what we did here so that we can answer them before I stop recording the lesson?
Nope, not me.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to stop the recording.